sight to see. You can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever.
Hey, welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm Jack Tucker. I'm out here driving on back-ass dirt roads out here. Supposed to meet a guy out here and gonna do some metal detecting. We're talking about looking for some old railroad stops out in this area. So we've been looking on topo maps and Google Earth, and we think that maybe we've located something out here that's worth investigating and worth doing a little bit of metal detecting. So that's where I'm heading this morning. I'll show you how we locate some of these railroad stops and old homesteads and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cloudy day. It's only about not even 60 degrees, so it's cold here in good old Arizona. Anyways, want to thank you guys for coming along and sharing on these adventures. And here we go again. Traveling along the old railroad tracks right here, just looking for one of those railroad stops. We know there's one up here ahead, someplace up here anyways, there's got to be. I've been out to this spot before. This is just an older building. This isn't the one I'm looking for though. It's out near this area. This is just an older building. Actually, to me, I think it's two buildings. This was one half because you can see the rocks, and then they used a screen on this one, so it's added on later on as two separate buildings. It was. But, fireplace. Come out here, have a little barbecue. Pretty cool, huh? What I want is further over this way, though. I got to get over that way a little more. This is the area I wanted to be and detect. It's hard to really see this on the ground, but there's a lot of indents and stuff like that where buildings or something may have been when you're looking at this from Google Earth. So it's kind of interesting. Cross right here. That is kind of interesting. It's a little chilly out here for me. I gotta go get me a jacket on. You know, there's a wade over there. It's one I'm supposed to meet out here. He's walking over someplace. He's investigating something going on over there, I guess. Man, it's cloudy. Look, it looks like it's gonna rain. And it's cold and windy. I don't know how long of this I can stand. I think I'll break the detector out and detect her for a moment. I'm going to be using the MineLab Equinox 800 today. Turn that on. Should be all set up, ready to go. And multi-field 2. Okay, ready to go. I like using this because of the screen. It kind of gives me an idea what it is I'm looking for. When you come upon these, stuff like this is a good sign. That's an old can. That's a solder lid. It's got a solder right there. They solder that to put that together when it's done. So these were early 1900s, probably late 1800s, early 1900s. So that's a sign that this is old stuff around here. Now we're kind of getting closer to the dump site here. A lot more cans around here. Closer to the dump site. There's a foundation right there. There's a building. Or foundation, I should say. This says 10/17/63. That's probably about right. 63. Just an old homestead here. Oh, so there's your cans. There's your can dumps. Look at all the cans. There you go. This is the dump. There's your dump. This is the garbage right here. Your indents, all your garbage, all your cans. This is where everything was dumped. All through here. Gives you an indication as to how long they've been here too, by the amount of cans that are around here. Not a lot of bottles, but there are a lot of cans. Lots of cans. All over here too. Cans everywhere. Cans everywhere. They didn't have trash pickup back in those days, you know, so nobody came through to pick up their cans or their garbage, so they just threw them all over the place. Porcelain. Maybe that was part of the door. Huh. Yeah, Wade's over there doing a little bit of detecting. So there's a lot of trash around here for detecting, that's for sure. Lots of trash around here. See, that's staying consistent. Well, see, it's not. You only like to dig the targets that stay consistent. If they're bouncing all over the place, there's either multiple targets or it just really can't identify what it is. So I'll just leave that alone. This is probably from an old lampshade. I thought that was part of a spoon or something, but it's kind of heavy. Maybe part the bottom of a knife or something, maybe. It's kind of heavy. You know, a lot of times when you get in these areas, you try to look for areas where maybe the kids, if they had kids, would have played at. Because, you know, kids are always losing stuff, taking stuff out of the house, whether there's some money or, you know, different toys or whatever. So kids probably would have stacked up rocks or made little rock paths or, you know, things like that. So if you try to look for places where the kids would have played at, a little playground or something, you can probably find some cool stuff out in these type of places. And of course, you know, where the old outhouse may have been at. Generally, it'll probably be an indent or something like that in the ground. If you can find where the outhouse was, you maybe can find some cool stuff too. Maybe there was some old wood laying around there or something like that from the old outhouse building. But try to find that location as well. You can kind of see the foundation where it was laid in at here. Let's go there and see what Wade's doing over here. What are you doing over here? You finding stuff over here?
Well, no. I got a signal. There we go.
Well, you got some gold.
Gold's that way.
Oh.
Small. It's tiny.
Huh.
Piece of wire. That's just tiny. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a
Ghost. There are ghosts around here. The old sardine cans, huh? It's like maybe part of a snap or a button, maybe. I guess that's pretty kind of cool, huh? Well, they had horses. Like another little snap type thing, like a pair of Levi's, maybe. Probably a little shoe tack or something, maybe. Hard to say. It's not bent. I don't know. I don't know what that would have been off from. Generally my shoe tacks are kind of bent. I don't know. Oh, looks like another part of a snap, maybe. Probably an eyelet off the shoe. What that probably is. Well, there's a flathead nail. Pretty cool. Well, you know, there's a lot of trash around here. I've been hunting with this 11-inch coral on here, and I'm going to switch detectors and just go over here to this little 5-inch to get between some of the trash and see if I can't find some other stuff. Sometimes it pays just to have 2 detectors, you know. It's easier to switch detectors rather than switch them corals off. Probably off an old pair of suspenders. There's writings on that. Something says San Francisco. I see that. All right, I told you that I was going to tell you how that I locate these railroad stops or homesteads. The topo maps can come in handy. They'll show you a little bit of the roads and stuff like that, but your best bet is Google Earth. You can download that on your smartphone, on a computer. A smartphone is pretty cool to have that on there. But what you do is get along the railroad tracks and kind of zoom in a little bit, then just follow the tracks. And those stops were about every 10-15 miles. They had a stop along the railroad. So just kind of follow the railroad tracks, and then you're going to see on excuse me, you're going to see on the your maps, there's going to be like scraped ground. That's what you're going to go out and start investigating. Then once you're out there, you're going to start looking for maybe some tin cans and some type of evidence that there was life out there. And those are places that you're going to start detecting. But they're really easy to spot on Google Earth. And also on Google Earth, you can go back in time on your computer. You can't do it on your smartphone, but on the computer, you can go back in time. And I think you can only go back to like 82 or something like that. But you can go back quite a few years. It gets a little grainier the further you go back. But sometimes if you're looking for old homesteads and buildings and stuff like that, or what it was several years ago, you can do that to get an idea too. But so that's how I locate a lot of these railroad stops. And then while I'm doing that, a lot of times other things will pop up where you see other stuff and it looks like, whoa, looks like there may have been a building out there or something. And then as you're on your smartphone, as you're walking, and you can do the find me, and it'll actually follow you and show you exactly where you're located, so you can just kind of walk right to that area. But anyway, so that's how I locate railroad stops and homesteads and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to do. We are near the railroad stop. Cool the mundo. Cool the mundo. Little train coming by. Look at that, it's got containers on it. It's got cargo containers. We know they're not all stuck out there. Some of them are getting through. Well, it's time to head on back to the truck.
Well, it's time to spread out the junk and see what we found.
All right, here we are. There's all my finds. What did old Wade find over here?
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, you just collecting stuff. Oh,
I got a bunch of these stars.
Those are kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that was probably off clothing or a boot or something. And then I found a bunch of watch gears. Almost found the watch, but no luck.
Oh, that looks like a buckle off of something.
Yeah, like overalls or something maybe.
Yeah,
and then that
that's off of suspenders or something.
Yeah, and then this little silver button.
What does it say on it?
It says Harris Patent. And then where did those? Oh, and then the buttons found
Levi Strauss, I think.
yeah, Levi, and then that one, and then I found these.
Metal buttons. Well, those
Yeah.
are cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it was a
Do they
good
say
day.
anything on them? They don't say nothing on them?
No, nothing at all. And then a couple pieces of lead. And,
All right.
yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, so I found, I think, one of those too.
Yeah,
I found one of those.
car part or something.
Man, you really did find some stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
How did your detector pick up this glass?
It was a dull signal.
There's a food can, paintbrush lid, horseshoes.
That's Levi Strauss.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, this one says San Francisco on it. That's part of a suspender thing. I can see that.
Oh yeah, that does look like the one I got. San Francisco HR and Co.
Rings, all types of, yes, part of a, whatever you call them, clip things. But see, there's some square nails. A couple of them square nails.
Yeah.
Snaps. I don't know what this was, unless it was part of like a spoon or knife, you know.
Oh, that's almost what it looks like. Old spoon handle.
Knife is heavy duty. Lots of freaking tacks.
Yeah. I know, I got a lot too.
But nothing really serious. Nothing heavy duty. Nothing really cool. I thought this was kind of cool when I found that. I couldn't believe the little washer would be out there. I thought maybe it said something on it, but probably just one of those little back washers shit. So, yeah, looks like they wore a lot of Levi Strauss back in those days. Huh. Well, hey, that was sure a lot of fun today, wasn't it? Wait over there. You leaving, bud?
That's it. Done deal.
Hey, good man. All right, bud. You be safe till our paths meet again, man. Take it easy.
Yep.
Well, hey, that was kind of cool. Found some cool stuff. Wade found those buttons. Those are pretty cool, man, finding them buttons. But that was a lot of fun getting out there and checking out. Not sure what that was. Had to be an old camp is what going to surmise that was, that had tents there. That's more than likely what that was, whether it was a working camp or what. That don't know. A lot of this area, there's just no documentation on it, so it's hard to really understand what it is. You can kind of get some identification through tin cans and different things like that, but it's always fun metal detecting just spots like that, and there's a lot of these around here. So, but had fun, got to get out here and enjoy again, back out in the great outdoors. So, hey, I'm heading back to the home front before it starts to rain on me. Appreciate you guys coming along, sharing on these adventures. So, hey, until our paths cross again, you guys all take care of yourself, be safe, and thanks for watching.
About living and loving, paying the bills, keeping things real, man, you know the deal. But when it's time for me to unwind, I gotta go someplace where the sun can shine, and there ain't no better place than out in the country. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see. You can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. My friends come down and enjoy hanging out, and the kids are knee deep in the sand by the creek. Yeah, we're chasing the dog, let's put another log on the fire. There's times like these that make it all worth the while to me. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see. You can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. When the night comes down, we're all sitting around, playing guitars under the stars, singing about the nugget I've been dreaming about. And I say even the picture of it weighed 5 pounds, and it's right under the next rock, I do believe.